What if Gilbert Arenas wasn't black?
What if the Pacers that went into the stands weren't tatted up?
What if Tiger wasn't black?
And his girls of choice weren't white and blonde?
We can ask what if all day and just fill in the blanks.
Or what if we stop putting ourselves in position to wonder,
What if?
What if?
What if? This is an interesting topic, and it's not new to the black community.
What ifs are never really good to get into.
We kind of have this mentality that sometimes we're set up to fail.
We can't say what if, what if, what if. You know, we have to get out of that little stage.
We may have been victimized in the past, but we want to move to the next level.
We've seen ourselves on the news for the last half a century, either playing a sport, singing a song, or doing something against society in the form of crime.
It's changing, but there could be some improvement still.
Media can label people, and that's something that we can't allow to happen.
Black people are the only people that are defined by their worst.
It might be the only culture where we have to defend everybody's wrongdoing.
That's why we have this feeling when we see something happen, mass murderer, we want to say, hey, I hope he's not a black guy.
Please don't make that person be black. Please don't have them looking for a black man.
Let it be anyone else. I mean, it's funny. It's not like you're anti-anybody. You're just thinking, no, it's just, negative news is not a good thing.
Yeah, we do, and it's true. I do sometimes find myself, if I'm watching the news or CNN or something, and there's a suspect, and I'm like, oh, he's black.
When you see that person on the air, you know that on some level, it's going to somehow apply back to you, or that's the feeling that, that people have.
It's just like the weight of disappointment. It's like, man, another one?
For us, we need to shed that.
What people need to recognize is the worst of black people are just that, the worst. Just like there's the worst of everybody else.
We're good. We have good people doing great things. We've got to get those things out there in the media, but we also have to stop having to defend people that do wrong things.
If you're messing up, then you're messing up. If you're Gilbert Arenas and you're bringing guns to work, you're stupid. Tiger, you're dumb. Steven Jackson, you're dumb. And so many people are watching you.
You are in the limelight. There are a lot of people that are looking at you, and they take notice of what you're doing in your life, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for them, but when you're the best in the world at whatever you do, you'll always have that type of attention.
And as black athletes, we have to learn how to deal with that a little bit better.
Know that you're under the microscope and know that if something happens, you are going to be held accountable.
If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You do something wrong, oh well, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, you still got to deal with that problem.
If it was Andrea Bagnani, another white player, if they come in the locker room with guns, they've done something wrong, and they will be held accountable just as easy, just as well.
When you look at those isolated incidents, you've got to take them as isolated incidents and don't try to spread it across a whole culture.
If we can just look at this as, hey, people make mistakes, and instead of being lazy and trying to draw conclusions about who those people are based on something as trivial as skin color, then we can get past it. But the big thing is, people are people, and each person's mistake is his own mistake.
A lot of times we're caught defending choices by people of our culture that we might not have made.
For the first 3 years, I traveled around the globe, and I was answering questions as to why Ben Johnson took drugs. I don't know. I'm not him. I don't talk to him. I've never talked to him.
That's something that we have to change. We don't have to tolerate that. We don't have to answer those questions.
Just as that person on the news could easily, represent me, I've got a couple of master's degrees. I could easily represent that person.
There's a number of people that look just the same way you do and are just as successful. So just don't use that as a cop-out.
And once we get to a general recognition that we are all people and we're all susceptible to the same things and to making the same mistakes, then we don't have to ask the what if. And if we start looking at everybody as being people, then a lot of those things get fixed.
Don't be reactive because they're saying it's us that caused it. Let's contribute to the resolution.
I want to move beyond blaming someone else for what I might have done wrong.
And if you just say that, it wasn't because of racism, it's because of these other reasons, then you can always grow and become a better person in that sense.
We've got to define ourselves individually. We've got to understand, yes, we're part of the bigger culture, but we're individuals.
If you're a black man and you're saying, what if, right? What I want you to say is, what if everybody looked at me?
Our parents always told us, make sure when you leave the house that you know that you're representing a lot more than yourself. It's our last name, it's your community, it's your friends, it's us.
If someone sees me, I want to be that, not that pristine or perfect example, but I want to be the example that I didn't see when I was, growing up.
When you feel like you're responsible for your community, right, that's a good thing.
We want to lift our race up and hope that we're doing positive things.
Be a good citizen. And these are the small things that we take for granted that go such a long way.
So your what if is, what if they were looking at me? What story would that tell?
Isn't it time to take ownership of our individual actions?
So we can collectively move forward.
Isn't that what it truly means to be a man?
Isn't that what it means to truly be a woman?